off-road again, buddy.
We're going, man. PNW Expo.
There we go.
Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, also known as FlyFisher530. Super excited today because I'm headed to another Overland Expo. This will be my fourth one, fourth time with Barry Bonds, who's in front of me here on the highway. And this will be our third time at the Pacific Northwest Expo near Bend, Oregon. And our first year we went to Flagstaff together, and that was our very first time at an Overland Expo. These are super fun events. If you've never been, I'd highly recommend it. And just such cool vehicles, camping gear, equipment. I love these events. So on the way back too, I think I'll be camping with some people you might know. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. Barry and I met at a gas station north of Sacramento, and before long we were crossing the Oregon border and passing Upper Klamath Lake, which never ceases to amaze me how large this lake is. This lake is the largest body of water in Oregon, measuring 8 miles wide by 25 miles long. Friday was the start of Overland Expo, and Barry's Bronco Raptor was once again on display at the Step22 booth. If you want to see a walk-around video on this cool Bronco Raptor, click on the link above. Step22 makes high-quality gear to store tools, dry foods, clothing, recovery gear, and toiletry items, or whatever you can imagine fitting into the numerous items they have to offer. I've been using their gear for years with tons of abuse without fail. Next up is a brand new Landcruiser that immediately caught my eye at this event. All right, so guys, I'm at Pacific Northwest Expo with Justin with Dissent Off-Road. And Justin, why don't you just tell us a little bit about the rig and what you got going on here?
Yeah, sure. So this is the brand new 2024 Landcruiser 250. This is the base model. They call it the 1958. Was the first year Landcruiser was available in the US, so that was kind of a big deal. It's a very stripped down base model, which is excellent for an off-road build if you don't need all the extra bells and whistles. So what we did is slap some 35s on it originally, stock suspension, just to see if it can do it. Would it make for a great overland rig?
Right.
Didn't need a lift, didn't even need cutting, anything. The 35s worked great, loved it. But we want to push the envelope. We want to see, is this a true Landcruiser, right? You know, the old burly models. So we decided to chop a whole lot of the metal off, had a pallet full of plastics, and we slapped some 38s on it. Full articulation, so that's where the cutting was required. Got the Nitto 38s on there. The Icon wheels, put our new prototype bumpers on, so that way, you know, you would have the option for a winch. You know, got your bull bar, lighting accessories, anything you're going to need for off-roading. These are super burly for real off-roading, so they can take a hit.
Right. They look beefy.
But this required a lot of cutting. So we are actually going to have our normal, this is the Extreme Clearance series. We're going to have our normal series where you don't have to do all that cutting.
Okay.
You'll still have the burliness, but it's a little less clearance.
Yep.
Normally stock, this has a ton of plastic and material in here and sensors and things.
Yes.
All that's gone. On the normal model, we're going to make it to where you don't have to do all that, right? So you don't need to for 35s. This thing's a great platform. We ended up with the rigid lights on top. We built the roof rack, different almost Molly style panel or options. So you can do different mountings like this, where you got the handle. Say you have some cargo boxes on there, you know, you can just step up, get to whatever you need to get to. This is kind of a handy, nice little shovel for digging or for those other times you need a shovel, which we won't mention. Scene lighting from Rigid as well. Rock sliders. These are a flat step style slider as opposed to the typical bars. We just felt that it looked a little bit cleaner. And it does have like a super grip texture on there just to keep you from slipping.
Yeah.
And they are a true rock slider and frame mounted.
Yes.
All right, so in the rear, we have our ultra high clearance bumper. It's a little bit of a departure from our normal bumpers where we utilize dual swing-aways for spare tire carriers, jerry cans, whatever you want. This one is our extreme clearance, so it's just made for maximum clearance, off-roading, rock and rolling this one. But we will have an option for more overlanding with a dual shear swing-out system. Recovery points. Solid all the way through. Don't have to worry about these coming out.
Yeah.
We are utilizing also the Agency 6 hitch receiver as a recovery point as well.
Yep.
And then here we have our, this one's not ours, but it is a partner, Air Down, Gear Up. Just a nice sleeping platform. Goes all the way to the front. The front panel pops up and slides back this way and sits back down so you can still keep your rear seats. If that's an option, you don't have to do the whole rear seat delete. Got a fridge.
Nice. Yeah, those Domestics are slick.
Super nice. Yeah. If you don't, especially if you're not super tall.
Yes.
Trying to get way up in here to get inside of them, you can't see inside of them. And not everybody has the big slider.
Yep.
So, same thing here. Just a nice little utilitarian drawer system. This piece pops up, can be moved around. Got that piece for cooking as well. Now, if you had our swing out with tire carrier, it also has like a little built-in flip-up table.
Yeah.
So you could put your stove on that, have this as your prep surface,
Right.
or just to hold a lot of beer and coffee, whatever you want to do. But it does, the tire swing out does come with that.
Sweet.
And then on this one, we outfitted it with a little extra lighting because Toyota doesn't like to put lights where you need them. So here, you got our side lighting there.
Nice.
Yeah, which worked out really well. And then same thing on this one. It's got this little guy, and they're nearly indestructible. If you look at their website, they got them hitting them with hammers or whatever. So
I got to get one of those for my Jeep.
Right. So if cargo slides into it, you don't have to worry about it breaking.
Yeah, very cool.
Really nice. So
Awesome.
But yeah, this is what we do. We cater towards mostly overlanding, but then we also have some of the rock crawler type options.
Yep.
We have a built-up 80 series on 38s.
Yep.
Then we have our 62 FJ62 that's more overland style.
Right.
Whatever you need, but we'll handle good clearance, good utility, and strong.
Absolutely.
Take a look at the welds.
The quality looks second to none, Justin. It's awesome. And
just to give you an idea, when we were trying to fit this up, this is all last minute. We only had 2 weeks to build this from scratch. The bumper didn't fit quite right.
Right.
It was touching right at the tail light.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't enough clearance. We didn't have time to try to re-weld a new one or do anything else.
Right.
It's already powder coated.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, let's hook up winches.
Yep.
So we pulled two of the other rigs around, our little come-up winches on there. Hooked a winch cable here, extra winch cable here, gave Ben the controls.
Just bent it a little bit. I love
was
it.
Going just like that. The welders were standing there biting their nails.
Yeah.
Now it's putting it to the test.
Yeah.
You see your product out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see it getting used and abused. But to see it in person, hoping your welds were going to hold.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Totally fine. Pried it just enough for clearance.
Yep.
Great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the walk around, Justin. And just so you guys know, he's based out of Northern California, a local buddy to me.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing some future trips together. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
it. I can't wait. You got to show me how to use that fly rod.
Oh, we
see it on the videos all the time, and
it'll be fun. Very cool. Thanks again, Justin.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm here with another Justin at Pacific Northwest Expo with Kakadu. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I got that Aussie going there,
yeah,
right?
You do.
All right.
Beautifully.
Justin, tell us what about this new tent you have.
So, guys, for those of you who saw last year, Outback Shower was a smash hit. Back again with shower, but equally, we've got the partner product this year. So we've got our freestanding shower awning, really, really cool. The tent itself, bunch of different features in it. If I just take you through some of them, obviously first and foremost, you've got a block out technology on the back. which is really important. No one wants to see the silhouette when you're having a shower at night, the bits and bobs and everything,
Right.
all the things that move and shouldn't move. Fully lighted interior, so again at night time have a great shower and be in that.
Yeah.
You've got a whole range of storage options. You've got soap and shampoo storage options here. On this side you've got dry storage in here. You've got the towel rack sitting underneath that so you can shower without it. One of the really cool features is the fact that we've built it specifically for the shower unit. So in under here, we pop the shower unit, and so you can control that unit actually whilst you're still in the shower. So if you want it colder,
so cool.
if you want it hotter, you can play with it. And as you come around, what it also allows us to do is to keep the unit out of the weather as well if you've got some bad weather. So,
And it's fully vented too. It's
fully vented, exactly right. The pop-up frame, so fast to erect. Cap on it, but you can take the cap off equally if you want to see the stars and shower.
Yeah.
Going at a really good price, $199 all day, every day on KakaduUSA.com. Get amongst it.
Thank you, Justin.
No worries.
Thank you very much. The new Ineos Grenadier and Quartermaster were all over Expo this year, and it was cool to see these new vehicles to the overlanding market. I was also able to camp with my friend Justin, who had recently purchased one, and it was awesome to see these up close and personal. Nice brand new Toyota Landcruiser here. Really nice looking. Next up at Overland Expo, a good friend and fellow content creator, Mike from the YouTube channel The Unexpected Off-Road, who had just purchased a brand new EV Hummer.
This is my 2024 Hummer EV. Just got this truck. This is a matte finish paint, which is amazing. Like, it just looks so good. It's a Neptune matte blue, they call it. Yeah, it's been amazing. I just installed this light bar here. It's got a nice little light bar that fits the truck. It's pretty sick. Basically, I bought this truck to have fun with.
I can imagine.
I am gonna drive it off-road. No, I'm not gonna go crazy with it, but it's gonna go off-road. I'm gonna put it to its paces and see how it does.
Look at these recovery hooks down here.
Oh yeah, these are huge. They're made to definitely tow the truck out of stuff. They're not light by any means.
Yeah. Do you know the ground clearance on this at all, Mike, by chance, or not?
I think it's 12 inches.
Okay.
With it fully up, it's somewhere around 12 inches.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
it's flat. If you can get underneath of it, it is completely flat.
Oh, because, yeah.
Front to back, because there's no differentials, right?
Yep.
You just have your axles and your control arm sticking down. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Acceleration is mind-numbing. Like,
I can
it
imagine.
Scares everybody. When it takes off, the front end lifts, and everybody thinks it's doing a wheelie.
Yeah. That
The
is cool.
The steering on it is absolutely amazing. Like, it steers, it can turn on a dime. I can't wait to get it on switchbacks, because I'm just gonna go whoop, 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 and everybody else is going to get
Oh,
up
and
the
you'll have the
switchbacks.
torque to do it too, right?
Oh yeah, the torque. That's the other thing. So when you drive a regular gasoline powered car, when you're going up these big hills, like especially we have in Canada, you come up to this big hill, you're like, oh, I need to get my momentum up. I need to get my speed up the hill to keep going.
Yeah.
Not on this thing. You just feather the throttle, and if you're going too slow, you feather a little more, and it just takes right off.
That's
Like,
awesome.
it doesn't bog down. It is absolutely amazing. Let's take a quick look at the inside.
Yep.
So we got rubber floor mats, which is nice
Yep.
for off-roading. We got, I believe these are sort of waterproof seats. They're kind of a vinyl-ish with kind of synthetic material, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about this truck, it doesn't have the steering yoke that the Cybertruck does. I hate that. I like this. It's got a regular steering wheel.
Yeah.
Got two giant screens in it. It's got these removable roof panels, which is really nice.
And
you can
four
take
of them, right?
Yeah, all four come off,
That's crazy.
which is absolutely amazing.
So pretty. I mean, that's just awesome the way they did that. And then the huge screen on the front here.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful inside.
Yeah, it's an amazing truck. I am happy with it.
Yeah, let's take a look at the back. Go around to the back here real quick.
So around the back, we got a full-size spare. Now, what's kind of cool is this truck was designed for a 37-inch tire. So this tire carrier will fit a 37, like the cover. It'll fit over a 37.
Right now you got 35s?
35s on it.
Comes stock.
You know what? I'm scared about the range, right? Because
yeah.
you go to a 37, it's more weight. I don't know how much it'll kill the range on it. So to open up the back access, push the button.
Oh, that's cool.
And it opens up like that.
How cool.
Yeah. So then same thing. They rubber here. They thought about this truck, right? People are being off-road and it's going to be muddy and dirty, and
you
can
be
vacuum it out.
Yep.
But yeah, it's got plenty of storage in it. I'm super happy with it.
Yeah, it's a wide vehicle too. You could have 5 in there easy.
Oh, yeah.
Adults.
It's lots of room. Super
Yeah.
comfortable. The only thing I want to do a mod on this truck. I really want this hook over here.
Oh yeah.
One of these days I'm gonna take this cover off and see if so. Basically, how this works is there's threaded bolts into the frame.
Yeah.
Into the bumper. So I'm hoping that there's the same thing here.
You can just do the same thing.
Because you need two.
Yeah.
When you're doing a proper recovery, you want to have
absolutely
pulling on both sides, not on one side.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my truck. I am super thrilled.
Well, I'm happy for you guys. This channel is Mike is the Unexpected Off-Road, correct?
Yep. That's
there
me.
It is, and I'll leave a little link down below in the video. But very cool, Mike. Thanks for the tour. Congratulations, man. It is an awesome vehicle.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys, I'm here with Richard with Freedom Recovery Gear, and he's got some really cool gear to show us today. So, Richard, what you got?
Hey, I've got the Thompson pulley block, but his friends call him the Tommy block. It's a lightweight synthetic and aluminum pulley block that uses a soft shackle for anchoring. This, you can't see it in the video, weighs just over 3 pounds. And if you come in really close here, you've got some really nice markings on it that tell you the angle vector multipliers and the angle of the rope. If you look at the side of it, it's got a nice shaped sheave that's designed specifically for synthetic rope. The rope can't fall out of it. It's kind of a cross between a recovery ring and a conventional pulley block. And it's got a full bushing and hardened race inside. Only 3 pounds opposed to conventional, which is 8 pounds.
Yeah, and guys, the difference is substantial when you compare these two. It is amazing how light that block is.
Yeah, so we developed this over the last few years and launched it in the spring. Come by our page and take a look at it. But we've got them on special until the end of August as a new product release.
And you've got like a display here too, kind of showing what this is about as well, right? The different ways it can be used, correct?
Yeah, so this is a unique pulley block in a sense that most pulley blocks, if you ignore this center part for a second, you can do 2-to-1 mechanical advantage. And you can see we're anchored to a tree up here. But with this pulley block, if you use 2 of them and you come back, we can put a 3rd attachment point off of the soft shackle. And this is a single piece rope that's looped around the front and the back, so it pulls nice and even and straight. And so we can actually get 3-to-1 mechanical advantage in about a 6-inch space with no risk of ropes rubbing and touching and having that little harmonics and creating friction and heat.
That is awesome. And it is a snatch block style, so it can be opened up and the rope put inside of it, correct?
So you can actually, with the soft shackle, you can actually open it up, pass a hook through, insert your rope and close it up even if it's rigged, which is really nice as well.
Yeah, very cool product. Awesome. So thank you, Richard. Appreciate you showing this, and I think it's just an awesome product here at Expo this year, guys. Thanks again, Richard.
Awesome, thanks. See you on the trail.
All right, guys, I'm with Josh with Taruca USA, a familiar face from last year. Taruca USA has a new Annex awning that he wanted to show us. So Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, hey everybody, thanks Mike for coming by. So I'm Josh, I'm with Taruca USA this year. You might recognize Clifford from Overland AZ, which is my personal channel. But I got a few new awnings from Taruca on the Jeep, so I'll just kind of walk you through and show you what we have. So this first one here is called our 8-foot square. And you might remember your traditional roll-up awnings. This is going to be very similar to that, but simplifies the process. So this awning here, you have 2 strut arms. 2 strut arms that fold in. You can see the assist right here. And what you would do with this is fold in one arm, fold in the other, roll up the canvas, and it's packed away. And when you're ready to deploy the awning, You unroll the canvas, the two arms pop out automatically with the strut assist and the awning setup, and that's
Oh,
really
that's
all there
cool.
is.
They have a strut to assist
It's
with
super
the
fast.
move out. That's
yeah,
cool.
so it's a one-person setup. It's freestanding, and you can set it up in like 30 seconds.
Very
Now on
cool.
here we have the full Annex enclosure on it, so you have windows on all three sides with a screen and a door. The door flap does have grommets at the ends that are reinforced, so you can set poles and stake it down and have like an awning off the side of this.
Yep.
And of course, no CM mesh on all the windows. And then you have a vehicle access here. So this will zip close, but this will allow you access into your vehicle if you have the enclosure set up. So really cool. And then our storage organizer here, which is just an optional accessory. We use this for like baby wipes and stuff like that for the kids and snacks.
I get it.
So it's really cool for
Handy,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice floor to the thing as well. Looks sturdy. And if you know Taruca, they make a very high quality product, guys.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
very cool. All right, let's go on. We're going to go on to one other feature here in a second. All right, Josh, what else do we got going on with Taruca USA?
Yeah, so over here we have our new Rogue Series 270 XC awning. So this is your full forward facing 270 awning. Lots of things that you'll see from the previous model and a lot of upgrades as well. So one thing you'll see from our previous models that we've always done is a ratcheting tension system. So this makes it really easy to tighten and loosen the awning for tension. A new feature you'll see is we have a smaller version of this that we're using for our tie down points. So for your guy lines, instead of using the plastic slides that are just kind of cumbersome, we have a smaller version of that ratchet, and you'll be able to stake it down and tighten with that.
Yep.
We've also switched to a lag bolt style tent stake. So you can run it in with an impact wrench and it'll go through anything. I've been using them now for about 6 months. You can run it into the Arizona desert through rock and everything. It works really well. Just to kind of speed up the stake down process.
Very cool.
Coming around, we've made some changes to our bracing. So of course it is a freestanding awning, very, very sturdy design. And so here's some of the things that we've changed. We've increased the thickness of this bracket here that goes over the top and bottom. We've added bracing on all of the arms. So in the past, we only had this on 2 of the arms, but we found that customers have tension in different areas depending on their setup or if they're hanging things from different parts of the awning. So that bracing is on all the arms now.
Yep.
We had a 2-plate design previously where you had a plate on the inside and then your backing plate. It's a little bit heavier to do it that way, and there is still some rotational forces on that because it's 2 separate pieces. So we actually increased the backing plate size by 25% and added some additional bracing on the back. So if you want to show, you can see right back here the additional bracing on the back. So we get the same effect as we had on our previous awnings, but it's lighter and it's simpler. And it also allows the bag to be changed at home by yourself. So in the past, you had to drill out all the rivets, take the plate apart, basically disassemble the awning down to nothing but parts.
Yep.
And then the bag came off, and then you had to measure, drill, re-rivet everything back together for a bag change. And if you wheel around rocks, canyons, trees, stuff like that, you know that you can damage your bag over time. So this bag is fully user serviceable.
That's great.
So if you have an issue with that, we can ship one out, and it's really easy to change at home. Of course, we can do it for you if you prefer. If that's something that you'd like, we offer that service. Some updates on the lighting. So we have dual color, just like we've always had, white and amber lights. You'll see it on all of the arms now. This one is our about 90% done. So our production run, which we'll have out in August for shipping, is going to be 1 plug for the entire awning, and that will power all of your arms. So you won't need to plug in individual lights like you see here. It'll be 1 plug, powers all the lights. They're all independently adjustable.
That is slick.
And they're also dimmable. So just a touch button, hold that down, you can dim the lights, you can change the colors, all of that.
Very cool.
We also have on this one, this is what we call our D-zip model. So we have a rear access. This is great if you have like a clamshell style rooftop tent. You can zip this open, zip it closed, and still have full coverage.
Yep.
For us, I use the iCamper on my Jeep. And so when we have our full wall enclosure on, even during the day, it'll get dark in here and we're cooking out of the back. I'll open this up and just allow some natural light in.
Yeah,
so
that works. That's a cool feature.
Last update that we have on this one is our rain pitch. So in the past, even in a light drizzle, you might still get some water that would pull up on your awning. It's a common thing with awnings.
Yeah.
This will allow you just to pitch that up for those afternoon thunderstorms when you don't necessarily need to gutter the awning, but this will help rainwater run off a little bit easier for you. So we're really excited about all the updates. I think this is great. It's a lot of feedback from both my use and the customer's use going into this. So hope everybody enjoys what we've done with it.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. You've done quite a bit since our last talk. So that's really cool, guys. So again, it's Taruca USA.
Yes.
Check them out. And Josh is with the channel Overland Arizona.
Overland
right?
AZ, yep.
Yep, Overland AZ on Instagram and YouTube, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yep. All right, guys. I'll leave a link down below.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm with Jack with Trailrax, and if you don't know this company, you should. They make some great products, and so, Jack, you want to just run me through some of the stuff you got this year?
Absolutely. Welcome to Overland Expo PNW. Here we're introducing some of our new products here. One of them, the biggest, starting here very soon, we will be including all of our new cross members, which have dropouts. I know that was a huge thing that a lot of people disliked about our old cross members. It wasn't as easy with carriage bolts and T-nuts. So we have now included that in our new roof racks now. So it makes it a lot easier installing accessories and all that stuff.
Yep.
Here we also have our MaxTrax light plate. So this works on our pack racks very well, especially on the 4 doors. If you needed to get that smaller MaxTrax, which we've tested it, and those smaller MaxTrax work just as well as the Mark IIs.
Yep.
And then we also have our new traction board mounts. These are adjustable, so it's more universal to more traction boards across the roof rack.
Very cool.
And then also, obviously, we have our single tool mount, which, as you can see, it's mounted to the side rail here. If you just want to carry a single shovel or a single axe, here it is right here. And then, obviously, we do have our double tool mount, which is right behind me, which is just the same thing, but you can carry 2, which is a very, very good combo with our pack racks.
Very cool. Very cool. Anything else, Jack, or is that pretty much it for this year?
That's it for this year.
Okay.
So, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. All right. Here's what we're calling Krokem Village. Ed Shin and his group here. Greg, Trail Newbie, Neville, a bunch of other great people sitting around these campgrounds. I spent some time hanging out at the campground with other content creators as well as some Ed Shin Patreon members who I'd met about a year and a half ago for a trip to Death Valley. On Saturday night, a bourbon potluck was held in the campground, which was not sponsored by the event, but which brought a lot of people together to hang out and have fun. I'm pretty sure this will be an annual event from now on. Guys, so I am with my buddy here, Ed Shin of Krokem Outdoors. I've been with Ed, as you've seen, on several trips all over the place in California and up in Oregon. But I've never been with him with Shadow, his Ram here. I've been with Dusty several times, but never Shadow. So Ed, give me just a rundown on Shadow, what it's all about and how you built it up.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Edward Shin with Krokem Outdoors. This is my 2021 Ram Rebel. It's based off the 1500 platform. I got it in black, but I did wrap it in a machine billet aluminum type of a black, and I like the way it turned out. But I wanted to create a bigger, because I used to have a Tundra and I love the size of it, the comfort of it, and I wanted to duplicate that because I did have to let go of the Tundra through an unfortunate incident. But this is where I built up, and what I say for people who ask me if I'm going to start overlanding with a stock rig, what I should change first, I usually start with the tires because of the places you may go overlanding, which is off-grid.
Yeah.
So I did start with the tires, built it up, got a little lift so I can fit 35-inch tires on here, and then I got steel front and rear bumpers, and of course a winch.
Yes.
This winch actually saved this truck because it actually fell down a ditch not too long ago.
That was with Nate, wasn't it?
That was with Nate and Max and everybody, and it was a
I'll leave a link
crap
for that
show.
because you guys need to see that recovery. That was quite the recovery.
We
for
needed
this
about
race.
5 vehicles with winches to recover Shadow out of a culvert. So, and the crazy thing is, it was in place because of some trees that we were holding in place. If those trees weren't there, I would have fallen a few hundred feet down that steep hill.
Yeah,
so
that was gnarly.
It was gnarly, but it was a good learning lesson.
Yeah,
and
very cool.
all that. If there's any issues with this Ram so far, I've had it for a few years, I'd say the power steering goes out once in a while, and that was one of the reasons why on that curve I went down that culvert.
Gotcha.
So of course I got ditch lights, and I try to make it more functional than, you know, function over form for me as much as I can. So it is stuff that I plan on using. Like for example, the winch, I've recovered myself multiple times. Bumper, of course, safety. And then ditch lights, because I do look at, try to illuminate my surroundings and my sides when I am on trails, because we do often go in at night. And then of course
deep snow at night.
Deep snow, because I love winter camping. That's when I'll camp the most, is in the winter. And then that's why instead of mud terrains, which look a lot better, I got the all terrains, because I do need the ability to be able, for the tires to be able to hold on to the snow, because you get better grip in snow if your tire accumulates snow in between the siping and the grooves. So of course I did tint the windows because I do want to stay cool when it's sunny outside. I got the roof rack, the front runner roof rack, so I can mount my Max Tracks on top and the light bar. I do have the IU cabin on this thing. Before I used to have a roof or a bed rack with a rooftop tent. I like the wedge shaped design for the ease of use. You just pop it right up and you're set. And when you're done with camp, you close it right back up like a clamshell, right? And you're just done. And Mike knows because he has a similar kind of design. And
we love Alicab.
Alicab's the best.
They have great quality products.
They put a lot of thought into their products, and the build quality is great. And I'm saying this because it's like, I've had so many different rooftop tents, and the quality of this just stands out. So over here we got the 270 awning on the side, because in the Pacific Northwest is where I live and where I usually go around when I overland. It rains a lot, it snows a lot, and if I am gonna stay around camp outside and not be refined to the tent or confined to the tent, I wanna be able to have some shelter from that. And so here you go, this is what it is. And the IU cabin, the beauty of it is I can stay inside, stand up in it. I guess I can show you around. So as you can see, this is the part of the interior. This platform actually folds up, so I'm able to stand up inside. There's a bunch of lights in there, so the placement of the lights. So we got the red lights here, the red LEDs, 3 different brightness settings, and it does have the white light setting, like that. And the beauty of the red light is, if you've gone camping at night in the summertime or where you have a lot of bugs, white light, it attracts all sorts of flying pests, right? Whereas the red light, it doesn't do that as much. It doesn't do that at all. And also it retains your night vision, because white light, if you have it and it shines in your eyes, your pupils constrict. So when you turn off the lights, all of a sudden you're blind in the dark. But with the red lights, it doesn't constrict your pupils, so it helps you maintain your night vision. So when you turn off the red lights, you still are able to see better at night than when you had the white lights on.
Very cool.
So, you know, my interior is super basic. I just like to keep it, you know, just able to store my gear. I know some people have shelvings and cabinets and stuff, which is great. But for me, I just like to do it like this for now. And plus, when I bring my family, my girls, I put strollers in there, cribs, and all sorts of stuff, and I need to retain that space.
Do you think you'll ever build it out, or you like it like that?
Eventually down the line, if we get like a trailer, tow trailer, a camper or something, then I will probably build it out inside. But right now, we need all the space we can get, so we're gonna leave it like this.
Makes sense. Okay.
And I like the way you can configure it however which way you want. That's the beauty of Alicab, in my opinion, because you got these panels here, and I mounted a propane tank for either the grill or the diesel heater. And then I got this rear bumper, which has a swing out for my water can and my gas jerry can here. And then you can actually put a high lift jack on this.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And then I got the Factor 55 fold down table. It's always nice to have platforms around camp, you know, and you can either pull out a table and unfold it, or use something like this. And I got the shovel there mounted, just in case. In the winter time, the shovel comes in super handy, because when you're stuck, you want to be able to, you know, dig yourself out. And it goes a long way, actually, when you do dig through that snow.
And the bag you have on the back here, the trash bag?
Yeah, this is a trash bag. It's Oscar's Mobile Hideout.
I've never seen that before. So.
It's great. A lot of us have it here at camp.
What's it called again?
Oscar's Mobile Hideout.
Okay.
And so this is Last US Bags is the name of the company.
Okay.
And I like this fabric because before I used to have like the trasheroos. And the thing is, the way that the trasheroos are made, they have those nylon weaves in there, and they just hold on to the water. And it just stays wet, and it takes a while to dry them out. Sometimes, I mean, for some people in like certain parts of the country where it doesn't rain a lot, it doesn't matter. But for me,
in the Northwest,
it's always wet. So for something like this, it just kind of beads the water. If I want to wash it, I can just like unzip this and just wash it inside out.
Very cool.
very sturdy for me, and I like it so far. What else?
All right, so Ed, just one last question on these wheels. Are they beadlocks or not?
They are not beadlocks. They simulated beadlocks, but they're not even like the actually bead grip technology wheels. They're just regular wheels by Method. I really like these wheels because they look good.
Yeah.
And they're functional in terms of like even in snow, I can rely on them for the most part. I've gone down to like 7 PSI in the snow and haven't had it debead.
Right.
The only time it did was when I did get stuck and I got recovered, but I got recovered sideways. So of course, the grip of the snow pushed the tire one way and the wheel got pulled the other way. But aside from that, I can air down pretty low and it won't debead or hasn't.
Well, Ed, thank you so much, man. It's been great, and
thank
good
you.
seeing you again. It's been so long, and you're back as far as I know, right? You're not going to be creating more content for YouTube, correct?
Yeah, so there was never intention for me to stop creating content for YouTube. I've been gone for a little bit, but that's just because of my new career in law enforcement, and it just required a lot of my attention. But what I am planning to do is now it's getting to the point where I can start to take days off, and I get 4 days off in a row with my schedule. So I get to do things like come out and meet Mike and Greg and camp out together. We're already planning a trip down to the Rubicon and maybe run that trail. Definitely not with this, but with the Jeep, because it's definitely more capable in the Rubicon. So, and things like that. So there's content coming. I thank everyone who is following my channel for their patience, but I do want to get back on board and bring you all along.
All righty, Ed. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks,
Great
Mike.
seeing you.
Thanks, brother.
On the last day of the event, I was able to park my Jeep at the Step22 booth and display the Step22 products I use every time I go camping. This includes the Chameleon Carryall, the Pangolin Tool Roll, the Stingray Flat Box, and the 10 Keel Tech Pouch. I want to give a big thank you to Adam at Step22 for letting me do this, as it was fun to showcase their products. Well, this wraps up my Part 1 trip to Overland Expo for 2024. Stay tuned for Part 2 of this trip, where I head south towards Mammoth Lakes with a number of content creators you know, including Busta Beat George, Brad of Trail Recon, and Marco of Overland X. We camp at 2 amazing locations, both on a creek, and enjoy some of Marco's great food. Don't miss this one, because George and I make it out to the Upper Owens River to do some fishing with an audience of cows, so this is definitely one episode you will not want to miss.